is in fact live. Oh my. Do we have control? We have control. I have assumed direct control. And now I'm in charge. I'm large and in fact in charge of the doings. So we get rid of that. And then we play the doings. Yes, everything seems to be correct. Marvellous, majestic, magical, magnificent. Have we had marvellous? I think we had marvellous. I think that we started with marvellous. I'm trying to find any other M words. I mean, marginal. But that's not a synonym, that's just another M word. If we were just doing M words forever, we'd very much, wouldn't make much difference. But we could come up with plenty of M words. He says stalling to avoid having to try and figure out more M words. Murder. Masturbate. Of course, I've forgotten an important detail. And now I can't remember how to get out of here. There we go. Okay, that's the mouse. And now, there we go. I think I have solved the problem without it breaking. Oh! Subscriber cannon, fire! Do you know what? There's something I absolutely adore about that noise, and I think it's because there's just the nostalgia feeling. The moment that of the Delphinus, I can't remember if it's got two eyes or one eye, but I'm fairly certain it's Delphinus rather than Delphinius, but I might be wrong. Anyway, it means dolphin is the idea, but that the whole front end going as the gun comes out just fills me with absolute joy. For both reasons, for more than one reason, I think is the key thing. One reason it fills me with joy is, of course, it's telling me that there's a subscriber inbound. And the other reason is the nostalgia value of Moonstone Cannon fire. Anyway, enough with my nostalgia ramblings. Welcome, Mr. Blue Boosh. Welcome, and thank you. Thank you very much for your subscription. It does mean a lot that you maintain a subscription to this. And yeah, I mean, I can't say much more than that. It means a lot. Will Barry be here? I'm afraid Barry, I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be a Barry here. It's plausible, but I don't think so. Depends on how far we get. There are bars. We've got 2 bars. So the whole place is a little bit bar-y because we can't do. Okay, that tickled me way more than it should have, but nonetheless. Plus, yeah, we do have Babs, aka Barbara. So, but Barry Barra. Barbara's just the female equivalent of Barry, isn't it? Let's be honest. Hopefully find a couple of new ones, but so far it's not looking good for new photos. I should perhaps start putting a load of my own photos in there, but I just can't be bothered. Oh, there's the horrendous fish monster. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Fairly certain we've seen this one before, because I think I tried not to dwell too much on it the first time I saw it, because I spotted the Babs sign in the background, and I sort of wanted that to be a surprise later on, because I knew that was a spoiler, a slight spoiler, especially the dancing, everything else there. Oh, of course, confused the fuck out of me when I started up, because I was like,
hello there.
What's that sound effect? Hello there. It's the dramatic tension building of Obi-Wan's drop down. Hello to you, Mr. Chester Phoenix. Technically, Babs, I don't think is there? Question mark. Because I don't think the one actually dancing in the bunny costume is Babs. But then again, there are 2 up in the windows, it looks like. And then there's another one off to the side, and another one dealing with what looks like a pig on a sunbather? I mean, You wouldn't have... Oh, no, it's not. It's Malrov on a sunbed. I couldn't see his hair. Couldn't see his hair for looking. And so it just... All I could see was the little body bit. And the little body bit without his head looks quite a lot like a small piglet. What is Babs' defining feature? I'd say the fact that I think she's got brown hair, if memory serves. She's got brown hair, which is not good for Babs being here because there's a blue hair, a blonde hair, a purple hair, possibly another blonde, a couple of different shades of blonde at the top there. Let's have another look. Oh, there we go again. We miss you, Zasmin. We discussed that one last week. Oh, bunny love. Bunny love. Oh, everybody loves the bunnies. Bunny love. Ooh. Bunny love. Bunny love. Oh, yes. It's pure. Bunny love is the purest we can find. Oh, there's another Babs sign there. Spotting them all over the place now. Now I've built my own, I'm spotting them everywhere. It's an impressive structure. No two ways around it. We've seen it, but it's an impressive structure. Well, I think we'll do the countdown, but I think we are getting into territory. Although every time I've thought we're getting into territory of having seen every single image here, another new one does tend to turn up. But we'll still do our little 5 count. So, boom. Oh, I think that might actually be a new one. Which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I do like the way they've done the sort of fencing there. The 3 blocks of stone, then 3 blocks of what I think is jail, essentially. I think that is meant to be jail bars rather than metal fencing. But you know what? You put jail bars in a row, it looks like a fence. It's a fence. And the little knobbly bit on top's quite nice as well. Oh, we've seen creepy. I mean, it is, but it's disappointing that we've seen it. Be my Valentine. Camelot. How many camels can you pull? Ah, Camelot. Oh, here we go. Happily ever after. Here's my woman. Here's her knickers. The little kitten cat. And yes, I know. Why do you do the 5 count? We've seen Broomstick as well. Why do you do the 5 count if you plan on just doing as many as you fancy? It's the Magic School Bus. If I could remember the theme song to the Magic School Bus, I'd be better off. But I can't. I cannot remember the name of the song that went with the Magic School Bus, but I do remember enjoying the Magic School Bus. It was very silly. But just silly enough for a small child to enjoy, I suppose. Silly and educational, I suppose, technically, a lot of the time on the Magic School Bus, wasn't it? Anyway, let's get back into it. We were about to commence war proceedings, weren't we? Here we go. That's the key features of Babs. Brown hair, white bunny ears, and a red bunny costume. Ooh! Bad news, Velden. I've got a feeling the children of Hargon are preparing to launch a massive attack against us. They must be thinking of smashing up our silver bar. But there's no way I'm about to let them do that. The Medusa might come along for the ride this time. Remember, if we can defeat her, Goldilocks will get all his powers back. So keep your eyes peeled. What do you say, Velden? Are you ready to teach those naughty children a lesson? I don't know if I want it put like that, but yes, basically I am. Music my ears. We'll smash those crazy cultists to smithereens. I'm not about to let them ruin our hard work. Everyone fight together. Defeat monsters. Have big party. Watch Babs dance. Come, Velden, frå Krumbledon. Buddly duddly 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 do. I start upon a box. That's not necessarily where I wanted to start. Oh, that is the jump button. I was terribly confused because I swear I pushed the jump button and it didn't seem to register. And I naturally assumed the obvious, which was I'd simply pushed the wrong button. But it turns out, actually, no, I had pushed the right button, it just didn't register. Which, amazingly, is not helpful, game. considering my track record of not hitting the right buttons, you not registering when I do hit the right buttons, not useful to me. Spin attack. My word, these things take a beating and a half, don't they? I suppose arguably what I really need them to do, and this isn't technically an invitation, but strictly speaking what I need them to do is spawn a dragon. Because then the Dragon's Bane Blade, I think it was called the Dragon's Bane, or just the Dragon Blade, either or. It don't matter. Oh, coup de grace, yeah, go, coup de grace, co-op de grace even. Here! Oh, I think the coup de grace, I do believe that actually, I'm more than just a statue. I'm a transformer. I am Optimus Prime. Bumblebee. Autobots, transform and roll out. Just carry on. I'm not 100% sure. Ow. Prick. With the little spinnies. Yeah, no, I don't think... He's not doing the traditional stone statue idea. Oh, stone me. Stone the crows. Cool, blimey. Gordon Bennett. Victory! It tastes a lot like... cheese. We really showed them who's boss this time, Elverdon. Still, the Medusa wasn't with them. She's the one thing standing in the way of us and the next golden age. We have to get rid of her. Cool, blimey, Malroth. I think you're forgetting something much more important than that. Babs's dance. So what about it, eh? What about our party? We just won a brutal battle against a mob of murderous monsters. Why ain't we celebrating? You fucking mug. Hang about. Before we start the fucking party, we need to tidy up the mess them monsters made in the last battle. You just take a breather, Veldin. Let us handle the rebuilding. We'll be done in a jiffy. Yeah, that's going to cost you a bit more, though. I didn't know there was monster damage all over the front porch. What is a jiffy? I mean, it took about a fraction of a second, I think. Maybe 0.5 of a second. So I'm fairly certain that's a jiffy. Either that, or he's decided to fix the whole place with small manila envelopes that have a slight degree of padding. Which is a jiffy envelope, if you were unaware. Anybody unaware of what a jiffy envelope is? They're sort of... They're brown and padded, I believe, is the idea. Open this and talk to Dennis. You fucking slag. Now them monsters are taken care of, I think we deserve to let our hair down a bit Grumbledon style. Fucking party time, you slags. I mean, a soul in sight who's not looking forward to it. But you're our guest of honour. We can't start without you. Ready to kick things off then? Ooh. Yes, I think so. A unit of time called the jiffy, which was equal to the time it takes light to travel 1 centimetre in a vacuum. Is that actual real? Wow. That is... I mean, genuinely learn something new every day. That is quite fascinating. So I wonder how many jiffies it took Han Solo. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Because technically space is a vacuum, so they could have measured it in jiffies. Yeah, I'm Han Solo. I did the Kessel Run in 265 jiffies. Make a very different sort of setting, isn't it? Wow, 1 jiffy equals approximately 33.3564 picoseconds. That's quick. That is fucking quick. Because the picosecond... We were discussing this the other day in... Well, I say that. I was discussing this the other day in Final Fantasy. Because there was the pico chews, which were smaller than the micro chews. So picoseconds are certainly smaller than microseconds, which are smaller than milliseconds. I'm not sure where nanosecond lies in the thing. I don't know. It's going to be micro. It's going to be milli, micro, possibly nano, then pico, or pico, then nano. I'm not sure. Come on, let's get this party started. Oh, you slag. That's great news. Just remember that this party is partly to say thanks for the part you played in rejuvenating Crimble Doon, so make sure you enjoy yourself. Babs has changed her hair and got some new clobber especially for the occasion. I ain't never seen her so excited before. That's my fucking girl. Ooh. Alright then, let's get this party started. Everyone wants to toast your success, Veldin, and to see Babs dance too, of course. My little girl. She's all grown up. Fucking proud of you. My God, she's gone Super Saiyan dance trooper. Look at her. Cool, blimey, Babs. A Babs. A Babs. A Babs. Look at her. My word. She's used up that hair, something drastic. And that bunny girl outfit is magnificent. Hey, look at them go. Was it well worth the wait? I mean, according to my little Veldin character, yes, it was. Look at his mouth. Unfortunately, Goldie Rocks is stuck on the geometry. I don't think he was supposed to be that far. No, I don't think he was actually supposed to be in the silver bar. He only ever hangs out in that one area. It's just amusing that he's kind of caught there going, I can't get past the bloody gym. I wanted to see the dance, but I'm stuck in the gym. Fuck's sake. Have you seen these arms? These arms do not need more pumping. I very much would prefer not to be stuck in the gym, please. Anyway, there you go. And look at that. She's doing that. Not even got a full health bar. That is how damnably impressive Babs is. She's injured and she's still putting on a dancing show. And of course, I mean, can we just acknowledge the fact that there is a dancing girl there? And I'm pretty certain. Well, I can't actually see one. Oh no, there is one. Oh, that's Ophelia, in fairness. But you know, coming up the stairs right now, second dancing girl. So we do actually have 3 dancing girls, and yet they chose to put the backing dancers as the big burly miner men. And are they the tiny miners? I don't think they are. I think they're regular sized miners. I don't think the tiny miner. Oh, but we have. Yeah, I think you're a tiny miner, aren't you, sir? You're a tiny miner. Anyway, Den, I'm just going to stand on the bar because it's slightly easier to get in contact with you. It's something for everyone, I guess. That is true. That is true. Catering to all types. And they are loving it, aren't they? Look at them. Hey, hey, do the can, and then do the wiggle hips. That's right. It's not wiggling their hips. It's swiggling their hips. It's a technical dancing term you wouldn't understand if you weren't a professionally trained ballet master like me. You fucking slag. And yes, sometimes you just have to roll into the accent with a certain key phrase. And for Den, his key phrase is, you fucking slag. Because I'm trying to channel a little bit of... can't even remember his bastard name now. The politicians are a bunch of wankers. David Cameron off fucking a pig. Everybody else fucking doing fucking nothing. Danny Dyer, that's who it is. Or who it's trying to be. It's not, literally. I did invite Danny down. I thought he'd revel at the opportunity to do some voice work, but he said, no, you're some random person, fuck off. So I'm having to do it myself. So it's not quite as accurate as would be desirable. You fucking slag. The party's in full swing now, Veldin. I tell you, this town's been in the doldrums for so long, I never thought I'd see the day. We still got some work to do before the golden age returns, but I can finally see a chink of light at the end of the tunnel. The children of Argon had us all brainwashed for bleeding ages. After all that, it was hard. Hard for me to cast off my doubts about you, son. You've taught me what building's all about, though, you slag, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, Veldin. I owe you big time. But don't think for a second that just because I'm indebted to you, I'm going to let you run off into the sunset with my darling daughter. Oh, no, you fucking monkey. I don't know what I'd do without that girl. I did call you a monkey. I was considering calling you a slag, but then I felt I'd said slag too many times. I also considered mug, but I kind of stalled on the word mug and it became monkey. But you know what? In this fucking voice, I could call you fucking anything and it'd be a fucking insult. You plum duff. You sausage. You piece of mince. And yes, they might have to all be foods. You cheesy puff. You skips. You prawn cocktail skip. Quite like that one. Oi, you prawn cocktail skip. Get over here, you slag. Always has to end in slag, though. Always. Inevitability reaches it back to slag. Can you promise me that? I think he wanted me to take her back to the Isle of Awakening. I did skip a little bit too quickly there. Or he didn't read the last bit of the phrase. But that's fine. Got to be surprisingly difficult. Oh, he's not actually stuck in the gym. He's on top of Babs' bedroom. I mean, I suppose... he did enjoy Babs' company. Look, Veldin. Look at Babs. She very good dancer. Very excited. Bricks coming loose. Babs no made of gold, but Babs shine on stage. More shiny than me. Me decide. Want marry Babs. Must marry Babs. Have new favour, Veldin. When Medusa defeated, you build church for me and Babs. We marry. A little bit forward, my friend. But if she agrees, do you know what? I'll build you the best goddamn church you've ever seen. And maybe, just maybe, for a wedding as spectacular as yours, I might consider putting a roof on the chapel. Consider, mind you. Consider. Tally ho! Whoops, don't. Whatever it is you're thinking about doing, don't do it. Oh, blimey! We'll make sure we've got Babs in view at all times. Babs is an angel. She kept her promise and put an absolute blinder of a show. Right, Veldin, it's time we kick this party up a notch like only a Crumbledon miner knows how. The plan is to rush the stage and go absolutely bleeding bonkers. You come in, go on then. Oh, blimey, let's bleed and do this. It's time to go nuts. This is going to be a mental. Veldin, Malroth, come with me. Don't be shy now. Come on. We rush the stage and dance everywhere. Yeah. Look at us go. It's not a sensible place to be dancing. Digby and Dougie. I think it's Dougie and Digby up there. Oh. Ominous. I would say.
Such sounds. Such sights. Ooh. So beautiful. So seductive. She has stolen their hearts. She must be stopped. She must be stopped.
Cool. What's with all the commotion? Oh, stone beam! Babs! What's the matter? No! Babs! Doof, 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 doof. Banner never had a dream come true. Next time on Dragon Quest Builders Enders. Fuck! I should have just called it Quest Enders, shouldn't I? That would have been much better. Next time on Quest Enders. Although it would have been better if it was West Enders originally, but nonetheless, it rolls off the tongue better than Dragon Quest Enders.
You will never
Oh, fuck off. Sorry. That's just instinct. Just instinct. The moment I see one of them, just instinct takes up. Fuck off. Thank you very much, Mr. Bluebush. As I say, it's just, I should just ignore it. I should have just left it and ignored it. But the moment it cropped up in my eye line, it was fuck off. Instant reaction. Just absolute gut reaction there. Unbelievable. Anyway.
You will never shine again, never sow the seeds of chaos again. From this moment on, you are just another stone.
Oh, well. Well, I think we basically did our job here, didn't we? So, I'm going to be leaving in the morning. Any problem with me leaving in the morning? Oh, Babs. Babs. What's happened here? Huh. That was her, wasn't it? The children of Hargon's infamous underseer, the Medusa. But why she shun her face now? I thought she hid away underground, too cowardly to ever come up to the surface. Who cares? Oh, what? Who cares why? It's the what matters. Here's look what the chief has done. How can anyone stoop so low? Me darling Babs. Oh, Babs. This all my fault. Babs. Babs. All through the night. Bang bang. Feel like you may have just ruined the moment.
Hello there.
Hello there. We had an immense, intense, emotional moment, and then bang bang. Hello there. But hello, Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. Welcome. You join us in the midst of losing Babs. Babs just got stoned, and I don't mean in a way that was good for the party. But welcome, bang bang, Mickey. Bang bang, Mickey. I don't think he ever done that. I think he would have lost its impact if he came out and went, bang, bang, Mickey! But nonetheless, Stream Son! Stream Daddy! Stream Son! Stream Daddy! Stream Son! Stream Daddy! I was trying to do another emotional, and then of course, Stream Daddy! I'm not your real son. Doof, 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 dum, bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 zum, 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 zum. Everybody needs to go Zumba, even. I don't know what Zumza is. Anyway, back to serious face. All through the night, the residents of Crumbledoon try to break the stony curse placed upon Babs. But their efforts are all in vain. I need to find my stream ladder. All I've got is my step ladder. I see. Well, find H. Grab H from steps. And if you climb on him, he can be your steps ladder. All the joy and energy that Babs' dancing and the town's revival gave to the miners is lost overnight. Goldie Rocks is overcome with sadness and anger, but in his eyes the fires of determination burn brightly. Then morning comes. Boop boop bye. A diddle little day. Oh, there she is. There she is. What are you doing, you mad fool? I've wanted one hammer strike. That's weird. Why do you get stuck? I don't know why you got stuck hammering. In fairness, I can't hammer Babs. Stop that. Stop it. Some of it wasn't intentional, I'd like to point out. Anyway. Velden, me feel bad. Been thinking. Deep thinking. Me want to help Babs. Want to defeat Medusa. When Medusa gone, full strength return. If strength return, maybe can lift curse. Save Babs. We all want that Medusa dead as much as you do, but how are we supposed to fight her when she's holed up in her underground lair all the time? And that's not our only problem. Look at the miners. Their morale's at rock bottom. Oh, whoa. Our shining light has disappeared, and our daily diggings will surely follow suit. It's like we're right back to square one. Well then, you builder must build special thing, bring Medusa to surface. What sort of special thing could I possibly build?
Well, the Medusa hates anything that's dull, isn't she?
It's the world's worst voice, I'd like to point out. I'm aware. If you were ever wondering, like last week, and any other time this character's turned up, if you were wondering to yourself, that's horrible. That's a horrible voice that he's coming out there. I know.
Maybe a bright, beautiful building would draw her out from the depths. She won't be able to resist the mincing up here to try to down at the stone.
Huh? You want to build another bar? But this time, out of gold? Absolutely not what Jules said. You are paraphrasing something drastic, Malroth. And don't get me wrong, I do appreciate it's moving the story along. But nonetheless, you rein yourself in a little bit, mate. Rein yourself in. Is Jules part Italian or French? I don't know, is the honest truth. Like, Fantabulosa makes me think Italian, which is why every now and again it goes ever so slightly Italian when I'm trying to do it.
A gold bar? That's a fantabulosa idea. The Medusa will be up here to ugly in the shop. That sounds stupid, hobbits. That sounds like an excellent plan. But where will we build it? This town's too tiny. No spaces for a big building.
You can let us handle that. Digby, Dougie, get your lazy behinds over here. Whoa, what do you want, Malroth? Can't you see we're angry right now? We're hurting, right in the emotions. Now give over. We need you to get up there and clear those rocks out of the way. Veldy needs a space for a new building. You what? All the way up there? Yeah, you got a problem with that? No, it's just, I'm too sad to climb mountains. Listen here, you two. Stop being so pathetic. You're supposed to be the life and soul of this town, but all I can see is a pair of snivelling saddles. Sort yourselves out. Whoa, you're right, Malroth. Imagine what Babs would say if she saw us like this. Cool, blimey. Yeah, we need to kick up the chuff. Okay. Interesting choice of phrase. It's fine. It's fine. It's unexpected, but fine. I do wonder if the localization team quite understood what they were saying there. Anyway, Babs, instead of wallowing in self-pity. That's the spirit. Alright, come with me. Let's get cracking. And off they go into the smash times. Everybody's super good at smashing and demolishing. There you go, I told you. But there's one little thing left. I don't know what that is. Bit of grass, maybe. I'll have to go and clear that myself, you lazy violators. Not bad, you two. That should give us plenty of space for the new building. Well, you're up, Veldin. Show us what you've got in mind. Remember, it needs to be something special enough to inspire the miners and coax the Medusa out of hiding. I thought I was having to do something myself there, but he just stalled for a moment or so. Oh, there you go. It is a bit of grass. I should be able to collect that. Whoa, that's a big building. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Gold bar level 1 blueprint. It's going to be like the die tree if you were unaware. There is multiple levels to this bad boy. Bad boy, bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you, bad boy? So, what do we need? We need carpet. Luckily, we did build some carpet, but I don't think we built enough for that. We need fancy carpet around the outside. We need gold bricks for days. Golden tiles. Saloon doors for the back of house. Stone steps leading up to the sort of the dance bay or whatever you want to call it, and leading upstairs as well. A couple of golden braziers, a couple of sconces, like the kitchen and the outside. A beacon to all. Connecting counters, plenty of them. Round tables. We're going to become knights of the round table. In war, we're firm and able. We do routines and chorus scenes off of book impeccable. We dine well here in Camelot. We eat ham and jam and Spamalot. Boogie boards for the downstairs stage. And a plant pot. Pub signs. Lots of pub signs. Everyone knows the pub is going to be here because it's got loads of pub signs. Curtains. Gladiolus. Let's not go to Camelot. Stupid place. Cask. Right, okay, good lord. Goodness. Oh, goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. That's the theme song to the... well, I think originally it's the theme song to a film called Goodness Gracious Me. Or the film was called something else. And then, Goodness Gracious Me, the TV series, parodied it. And, yeah, used it for their series. But nonetheless, that was what that was. Goodness gracious me, that's positively spiffing, Velden. Oh, consider me absolutely spiffed. That thing's huge. And you want to make it all out of gold. Amazing. Oh, the fantabulous radio, something that Shan will drive the Medusa messenger. She'll troll a pilgrim of flares once it's finished. It's impressive, but are that bunch of muscleheads capable of appreciating such a classy pub? How dare you? Cool, blimey! Watch her! As that governor! This place will be proper swanky when it's done, won't it? Fucking hell. I'm looking forward to putting my feet up in a golden bar. Cool, you're really going to build us another pub. And it's going to help Babs too. Oh, thanks, mate. I love it. I'm even going to help build it. You boys are in too, right? We're through with the children of Argon. We're going to help out with the new pub and save our beloved Babs. Yeah! One track minds the lot of you. Thank you, Velden. Maybe you guess already, but have no favour to ask. Going for Gold, Part 3. Build the gold bar. Fourth favour, build gold bar. Gold bar make everyone happy. Medusa not like gold. Medusa not like happy. Medusa come here. Defeat Medusa. Save Babs. You hope Henry Kelly is part of this episode. That's the host of Going for Gold, isn't it? The name rang a bell and I couldn't quite place it, but I think it's because I made that joke myself the other week, and I think I looked it up. So please do confirm or deny if I'm correct in that. But yeah, he was the host of the TV series Going for Gold, wasn't he? Yeah, there you go. As I say, I think I only know that off the top of my head this week because I looked it up last week or the week before and found out that, you know, Henry Kelly is in fact the presenter. Or at least the first presenter. I think there may have been a second one, but I can't remember. There's just one thing I don't quite get. We just finished turning Goldie Rocks into solid gold. This Medusa hates shiny things so much, why did she turn Babs to stone and not him?
It's not obvious. That's because she's the most fortunate thing on this whole island. Goldie Rocks is run on, but Babs is the light of these minor lives.
When that monster done the metal or stone all those years ago, it took the hope right out of our hearts. We had nothing, nowhere else to go. That's when we turned to the Children of Hokum.
And now that beastly brute has done the same to Babs, to fill our hearts with darkness once more.
Whoa, but that ain't going to happen this time. If we all work together, we'll save Babs for sure. You slag, in Crimbledone's darkest days, that girl was our beacon of hope, and she still is. Now, more than ever.
Oh, no one else did it. Oh, well, fair enough. And some random Europeans for all time. I see. Now, is that a sort of... I watched the one with the other host, and it was awful, so it's only Henry Kelly. And you're sort of just gently swaying. It's only Henry Kelly. Henry Kelly was the only man who did it. There was no other other than Henry Kelly. Henry Kelly was the one. He was the one. Henry Kelly's the one. The one man I like. The one and only. Henry Kelly did it. Nobody else. Henry Kelly is the one. just to try and eliminate Henry Kelly as the chosen one. That's why. Is that why he was going for gold? Because he was trying to find the ring of Sauron by hosting a TV game show. Or I suppose maybe he was trying to find the hobbits who could take his gold ring to Mount Doom. You slag. Please, Veldin, Malroth, everyone. Save me, daughter. Save our Babs. We all save Babs together. Build gold bar together. Yeah. Let the mission begin.
Okay, McGrog, what you got for me? It's high time we stuck into building your blueprint for the gold bar.
It's certainly a striking design, but I can't shake the feeling that it doesn't look quite finished.
Back on Forestfield, we built the die tree in 3 stages. Maybe Veldin's still figuring out what the final building will look like. I suppose that makes sense. I just you'll come up with a perfect way to finish off the gold bar in due time. For now, let's get cracking with what we've got. We've all agreed to lend a hand with the construction. If you could make a start, it should give the others an idea of what's expected of them. And while you're doing that, me and the lads will go off in search of some of the materials we'll need.
Oi, me too. I can't just stand around sucking my thumb while everyone else is working. Crippling claustrophobia or no, I'm coming with you, Dougie, for Bab's sake. Blimey, he was literally jumped for joy there. That's impressive to behold.
Chances are they'll be gone a while. You'll have to find your own materials for the moment, but I'm sure you're resourceful enough to take care of that. Pay close attention to your blueprint when you're placing the gold brick blocks. Once you've placed about 50 of them, it should give the others a rough idea of what to do. Then the fun will really begin. Get building, Veldin, and they'll let you know when the lads are ready to take over.
Okay, well, first things first, we're going to get that, because I want it. Second things second, I'm going to check where those stairs are. So those stairs should theoretically be... Okay, so there should be a gap there, which means these are the stairs? What sort of stairs are they? Stone steps. Okay. So theoretically, I should be able to just put the stone steps there, assuming I have actually got stone steps, which... Not a guarantee. There we go. Marvellous. Right. So we'll take out some stone stairs. And what we'll do first is pop the stone steps there. Because then what we can do is calculate what we want to do here. Now I think this is going to be a slight repeat of what I did the last time I built this bar. But I don't know. It feels like it makes a degree of sense to have access to the back of the bar like this. So I'm going to try and build myself access to the back of the bar. Superb stuff. So I'm just going to clear out some bits. Bits and pieces. Bits and... their ever-loving box. Smashing. Right, so I think the best bet is probably go doop doop. There we go. Nice little bit of rear access to the bar. So here, I feel like I want like a uniform sort of thing, which arguably, do you know what? Yeah, we'll use the gold. We'll not use gold at all. We'll use the silver blocks as a sort of flooring system here, because then they're just one shy of the gold bar, because obviously this is the sort of essentially the servant's entry. Well, that was surprisingly efficient. I might not actually have enough bricks to do this idea with, especially if you put them in the wrong place, but that doesn't actually matter because it doesn't use a brick. It's fine. Well, we'll need it for all the deliveries. Oh, I'm going to want to get rid of the blocks underneath those stairs, aren't I? Which may get rid of the stairs. That's fine. That's it. Right, now, stairs, stairs, block, block. I think the easiest one is to do it in a straight line like this first. Now we'll fill in the rest of that. Do 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 do. And what we'll just do is we'll polish off the rest of that there. I sort of want this again. I kind of want it uniform. Don't necessarily want it fancy. I just want it uniform. So I think umber is what we want there. And then what I'm thinking is I might want some kind of wooden fencing. I don't know if I can actually build wooden fencing, so this may be one of those scenarios where I go, oh no, I've run out of wooden fencing. This is disappointing to me. But again, this is all just in the effort to make it look a bit fancier. Just a little bit fancier. Whoops. No, obviously I can't place it there. Do we want to... Yeah. Pop a bit there, pop a bit there, and then maybe even crush out this bit of wall here. Oops, well, that's one step too far. One step too far, and I'm about to break. Not how the song goes, I'd like to just clarify. But now, if I'm cheeky, I don't know whether that's going to affect the blueprint. I don't think it will, but it is a distinct possibility. Again, this sort of side path. I want something to look semi-decent. Which makes me wonder if it'd be worthwhile. Just filling in a foundational row here. So that this rear path does look just that little bit fancy. I am definitely going to run out of silver blocks though now. Because I'm trying to make it look too fanciful. Right, so I think we probably want to keep it rolling at a steady rate here. And then basically we'll have... Where should we have the turning point? Oh, probably... Interesting. Okay, that's sort of... There is a... Oh, hello!
Defend our cause.
Everyone get your... I'd say everyone get your skull emotes ready, but we don't have skull emotes. But nonetheless, everybody get your hands on your skull shield. We've been raided. Hello, Scarlet Carla Bear. Take the opportunity to have a drink. You join us here in Dragon Quest Builders 2, where we are trying to make this back entrance look a little bit fancier. As is so often the way. We always try to make our back entrance look just a little bit fancier. I'm so glad that the moment there's a raid, you get exactly the sense of humour come out there. Because you know what you're prepared for. You know what you're in for when you end up coming in here and getting that phrase, I'm trying to make my back entrance look fanciful. Right, I'll tell you what. I always forget this bit. Let's save it first. Just in case. Just in case it all goes horribly wrong. It's fine. It's going to be fine. But, just in case it goes horribly wrong. No. Here we go. Right, this should work. It's not one of the most fancy ones, but at the very least, will hopefully Yes! There we go. I always forget that bit. But you were playing Life is Strange 2. I've played Life is Strange 1, but I haven't completed it. I drifted away, I fear. It was quite good, though. I quite enjoyed it. I need to go back to it. I don't... It's one of those ones where I'm not entirely sure whether I do or do not own the second one. But how was your stream? That's the other... Let's try and do it professionally and normally. Welcome. How was your stream? It's delicious. Playing them all before the third game comes out in September. I was wondering for a moment. I was very confused because I was like, why would you need to play them all before the 3rd of September? But it very swiftly dawned on me that's not quite. I read it wrong. You had an awesome time? That's good to hear. I'm glad. Douche, douche, douche. Unfortunately, this is probably the dullest part of the whole game, which is me clearing out an area of stone and sand and general other bits. But, you know, it's necessary. And sometimes you just got to go with the necessary. You've got to embrace the dull to come away. You earn the nickname Strawberry Jam. Interesting. I feel like that's worthy of a story. So do feel free to elucidate on how you managed to get the nickname Strawberry Jam, because that sounds like a hell of a time to end up with the nickname Strawberry Jam. But in fairness, I'm going to use the phrase we. Don't get me wrong. You may get some protestation from the phrase we. But we decided earlier on that if you say it in enough of a Cockney, West End, East End voice, anything can be an insult. So we decided that if you really go for the London accent, you can just go up to someone and go, "You prawn cocktail skip," and it's a perfect insult. Oh no, monsters! Oh dear, what am I going to do? I'm going to ignore them because they're not my problem. They're everybody else's problem. Pink hair and jam into a killer tune. I see. Right. I didn't want to do that. You plum. Yes. You plum duff. Utter plum duff, you. Right, I've taken away too many things. It's fine. One can repair. One has the technology. It won't cost me $6 million, but it may cost me a few bricks, which is not a problem. There you go, I told you everybody else could handle the situation, and everybody else handled the situation. Boom! Nice. You dirty plum. Now that just sounds like, that sounds like someone criticising your cleanliness. You've got dirty plums. And you suddenly go, well, I tried to clean them this morning, but I got distracted. I'm not going to elaborate on how you got distracted while trying to clean your plums, because I'll leave that to your imagination. Your dirty, dirty imagination. Now, I don't know precisely how I want to do these stairs. Which I know, strictly speaking, I mean, you could do them like stairs, couldn't you? Well, yes, you're not wrong. I think the crucial thing is I'm going to need more silver tiles, which I think is going to be the easiest thing to deal with first. Ooh, my gold blocks are ready. Spectacular news. Dropping off your cubs, knackered, dehydrated bear. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know how long you were going, but anything beyond about 3 hours, and it does start to get quite difficult. So thank you for the raid, and enjoy your rest and recuperation, possibly inside the recuperation lounge. 1,400 silver blocks. I think that's possibly too many. We'll save a few silver ingots just in case. You never know when you're going to need a silver ingot. So we'll build 500. That should do nicely for making up a back. For making up a back passage that's entirely unrequired. Yeah. So 52 of them. Well, we'll have 150. Why not? Fuck it. That'll dink-dank do for me. Nice. 150 of those bad boys. And whoosh. There we go. A few extras. Marvellous. And harpoon cannon. Fire! Welcome, Gianaki. Or Gianaki. Hey, I'm Gianaki. I'm come from Italy, and you know, I'm one of the chefs. I'm like the dirty chef, the small Italian dirty chef, the one from Italy who is always making rude comments. But you know, he's so charming. You let him go. I cannot remember his name, but he's quite entertaining. But welcome, welcome. You've just harpooned your way into following a brand new streamer, and you are most welcome in here. As is everyone. All are welcome in here. We are not fussy. Your specialty is dirty plums. Yes, of course. Your restaurant's specialty is the dirty plums. Come, you want to test my dirty plums? That deserves a distinct eyebrow wiggle. If you're not wiggling your eyebrows, wiggle your eyebrows. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle all your eyebrows. Right, I'm just building all the accoutrements that I need here. Or at least as many as I can, because unfortunately, what have I run out of? Digger's Jigger. Oh dear. Well, that's disappointing. I'll have to go and do that. Damn it. Prickly Pop is what I'm missing now. Not great news. Boogie boards, they are an absolute piece of piss. Dirty accoutrements. Hopefully not. Crockery, god damn it. How do I get crockery? Crockery's in here, isn't it? Here we go, second crockery. Right, two of them, please. I don't technically need to be building quite as many of these as I am at this exact moment in time, because I can just fill in the gaps later, but I don't know. I might as well have them. I might as well have them on hand now, as many as I need, or as many as I can, in order to then figure out what I'm missing. So we're missing at least a digger's jigger. We need bloody cotton, more bloody cotton, of course we do. What was it? It was in the underground lake, wasn't it? So we need 2 more prickly pops and 1 digger's jigger. And then just a boatload of cotton. An absolute boatload of cotton. If you can provide a boatload of cotton, I will become your friend very quickly. Right. In here, I'm not sure if that's going to be a good enough digger's jigger. Or rather, I think this might be a better digger's jigger, and therefore it won't actually work, but we shall see. We shall see. What we'll do in the meantime is figure out what we want to do around this corner. What do we want to do? We'll work from above. Well, is there a good way of getting in here? Yes, there we go. That'll do. That'll do. Right, so let's firstly fill in this little area here. And then secondly, we shall fill in this little area here. And now we shall fill in the floor. Oh, no, I was going to say it's usually easier to just do it in a straight line. But it seemed to be working out in a weird way. 2 prickly pops, 1 digger's jigger, and a partridge in a pear tree. I want to get rid of that block because it's ugly. And that's what we do round here. We get rid of ugly people. Do 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 do. Bam, right. I must admit, I neglected to put that in the right place. I neglected to double check to see whether I actually need to worry too much about a couple of those other things. The wooden fences. I'm not entirely sure I can actually build wooden fences, which is going to kind of ruin this plan if I discover I can't build wooden fences. Never mind. Now I realise I'm making all sorts of weird decisions. because I'm trying to make it look nice and failing miserably. But, you know, it's all a bit of a learning process, you know. Right, so here we definitely want some stairs. So ideally we want to build up at least that, but unfortunately we've gone too high, so this is going to be difficult. I suppose arguably we want to... Right, here we go, right. Stairs, stairs. And now... I think maybe we'll go double stairs here. Stairs, stairs. And now silver floor here. Ding, 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 ding. And then we'll probably want to go upstairs here. Because it just makes it slightly easier. But I do fancy the idea of having a double set of stairs once again, so it's nice and sort of even. Which unfortunately means we probably want to get rid of all of that. Although I may have gone one step too far. Yes, I very much did. I got rid of one wall too far. Which is not quite what I'd intended to do. But I might... Yeah, I'll probably just replace that wall. Get rid of these. And that's the ticket. Lovely jubbly. That's what we do round here. Now we just build this out to this area where we finally put on a final set of stairs. And we build our little silver path along here. We'll need another set of stairs, that's fine, not a problem. Not a problem at all. In fact, it works out perfectly for the sake of the design because it's 2 stairs, 2 stairs, 2 stairs. Well, I must admit, if I'm going to do that, I do feel like these would be better served in the middle. Yeah, I'm enjoying my schnitzel. It does wonders for my hunger. It does wonders for the hungers. Yeah, I'm going to end up having to work out what the middle is, though. It's a slight issue, but an issue we will have to deal with. Let's try and figure out where the middle is. The crucial thing is we want that to continue no matter what. So we'll fill in this bit of floor here, because why not? How fancy do I want this staircase is another key question. Fancy enough. Whoops, careful. No, I did say be careful, didn't I? Did I not expressly say be careful? Apparently you're not being careful. You're slightly more careful there, but we still have the slight problem of having to replace far more than I'd intended to replace, but never mind. The benefit is it's moderately easy to replace that. I just need to jump a little shallower. Did you not smash the wrong thing? There we go. No, I think we're fine. Oops. Wrong place. Oops, wrong place once again. Nope, wrong place once again, sir. In the right place, then. That's what we're after. A full silver staircase. The most absolutely sort of dilettante type staircase you will ever come across. Maximum glitz, maximum glamour. I'm talking about. It's what we want here. Now we want to just poop around here. Right, now we need to figure out roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect, but roughly we want to sort of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 minus 2 divided by 2 is 11. So theoretically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll tentatively put them there and then just have a look from a distance. And if it at least looks semi in the middle. Yeah. Middle enough for me. Middle enough for me, sir. No, yeah, alright. I always forget that stairs are a bit of an awkward commodity. Right, now, bam, 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 bam. Because the problem with stairs is it sort of registers the idea that you're not, you're down lower than you actually feel like you are. That's the issue you have with stairs. Or the issue I have with stairs, I suppose, technically. I'll just sort of fill this gap with the stone texture. Because we might as well have it look like it's built into a wall. I'm not too bothered about it being sort of looking like it's built into a wall. That's kind of acceptable. That's not going to be acceptable, because if I cover all of that silver block up, there was no point in building it out of silver blocks. So I suppose what I need to do, if I want to continue the idea of a handrail, is I will need to probably that one, and then along like this. Though if I can't actually build handrail, it's going to be slightly problematic, isn't it, really? But never mind. Whoops. I'm too high there. Whoops. Again. He whoopsed again! Oh no, sir. Will you stop whoopsing all over the place? There we go. That's what we're after. And now a little wooden stick there. A wooden little stick there. Alright, let's see. The moment of truth. Am I actually allowed and able to build my own fencing structures? Not a good sign. No, I don't think I am. I think all of those wooden fences that I've had on hand were not of my own building. Well, let's pick up my diggers jiggers first. I am going to actually need to find out whether I have the ingredients for a prickly pop as well. Now, I'm hoping I only needed the one prickly pop and 2 diggers jiggers. That would be the optimal scenario right now. Of course, I still might not be able to use the diggers jiggers because they are fancier. Nope, I needed 2 prickly pops. Well, that is unfortunate. Right, anyway, full flagons we can deal with, and I suppose we'll just have to go out and get ourselves another of the... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! What happened there? Interesting. One of my walls is demolished. I don't think I did that. I mean, how desperate for the toilet were they that they went and demolished a wall for the sake of doing it? I don't know. Because I wouldn't have thought... That shouldn't really have been the monsters who got away with it. Oh, unless... Okay. Oh, no. I know who it was. It was and wasn't the monsters. It wasn't the monsters that attacked us in the big zone of monsters. But it was the monsters who attacked us after that. If that makes any sense whatsoever. It was the monsters I ignored, not the big combat that we did. The big combat wouldn't have done that. It's a floating fucking cactus. Anyway, is this where we get... Yeah, this is... Or no, actually, it's not. This is for cactus steak. I'm not sure where... Where do I get the prickly pop stuff? I'm not entirely sure. There must be another thing. That's the one. It's what we need. Now, the other thing I'm considering doing, although I haven't said that, This might not be the best idea I've ever had, but we're going to do it anyway. Screw bad ideas. Is there a gladiolus here? Yes, there is. Not the grass, you fool. Not the grass. Now you've got to get up the hill again, haven't you fool? Pick up the gladiolus. Now we take this back with us and stick it in a location. A location that will do marvellous things, I'm sure. No, it's just any old location. All I require is a gladiolus. It will need a dedicated location at some point, but for now, I just want it closer to me. I just want it closer to me. I love the gladiolus so much that I just want it nearer me. Right, that's going to be an annoyance, not having that handrail. I don't know precisely how I'm going to solve that problem. Well, I can solve 2 more of the problems, because there's a couple extra handrail pieces there, but outside of that, I'm going to struggle. Right, pop that down there for now, because that will do nicely. And now let's start concentrating on our gold bricks, probably. So, I believe that is gold bricks in front of these stairs. That's it. And now basically double whammy next to us for 2 rows at the very least. That was not my finest decision. Oops, of course I can place it. I can place it wherever I want to place it. There we go, super. Now, so what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of me, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of me. And then... oh, we want to drop it down to specifically the gold bricks so that we know where they are. Okay, so 2 high. That's too high. Hush, hush. I don't want. Too high there, too high there. Oh, well, never mind. We're doing 1 high, and then we're going to go back on ourselves. That's fine. There we go. That'll do. Whichever way, it doesn't matter. Superb. Right, that's 1 section done. Now here, we're going to want to go basically up to the end point again. Oh, there we go. Velden places the first 50 blocks on the blueprint and inspires the town folks. How are you getting on, Velden? Looks like you're making decent progress. Dougie and Digby and the others should be back soon with more materials. Then we'll all be able to join in. Cool. Oi, Velden, look what we found. Whew, we brought back a bunch more materials for building the gold bar. Whew, I'll stick what we found in them chests. It's lucky I didn't demolish that bit. Fucking creatures of irritation. You can have a bonus point if you can understand what a creature of irritation is. I'll bring back a bleeding boatload of gold. And me. And then I've gone and turned it into gold blocks for you to build with. I made so much bleeding carpet and so... oh, that's good, because I don't need to. Superb. Thank you, lads. Although it does make a lot of the things I did work hard on building a bit of a waste, but never mind. And don't get me started on golden braziers. I was slaving over a hot bonfire making meat feasts and cattails for Velden and all the beefy boys. Fancy grub for fancy gaff, innit? Don't forget, Velden, we're all fighting for Babs's affections here, and you're our #1 rival. We ain't going to let you do this alone and get all the glory. We're with you all the way. Whew. Marvellous. Well, I want to finish this bit off because, you know, I like to finish. Oh, did it? It had a miniature heart attack. Let's get up there and we'll pop the block there and then ding, 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 ding. Whoops. That's 1 block I didn't want to place. I think this was still gold blocks there. Yes, it is. So we'll place that there. Right, Mugrog, I didn't tell you to fuck off completely, Mugrog. Now we've got everything we need to build the gold bar. We can all follow your lead and set to work. You can leave the rest to us, Velden. We'll follow the blueprint to the block. But what will I do? What will I do?
Cool, blimey, Veldin. You do know we're still rivals, yeah? It ain't exactly in our interests to have you acting all heroic all around Babs. But the thing is, without your help, we ain't got a chance of saving her. Please, Veldin, you got to act heroic all for our sakes.
I'll do my best, lads. I'll do my best.
These guys are weird. They give you all this stick about wanting to steal Babs, but here they are practically begging you for your help. And not only that, they also say they're terrified of the dark and monsters and the tunnels themselves, but they still throw themselves down there every day. I don't get it. What drives them to do all this stuff? Is something the matter, Malroth? You've got a problem? Because if not, we need to pull our fingers out. Get this gaff finished and save Babs.
I mean, I think basically Digby just said exactly what you said. Oh, be quiet, Malroth.
Well, all build us here now, Veldin, so you leave the good boss construction to us. In fact, while we're walking away here, there's something I want to ask you. I've spotted there's a few gaps in the blueprint, right around those braziers. Did you have a plan for what you wanted to put there?
No, I think is the problem. No, I did not.
Light boxes, you say, but you need them to be red. Well, there's a little oasis nearby where you can find red dye.
Been there, done that.
Maybe that's just the thing you're looking for. It's off to the southwest, on the other side of the bay. If you climb to the top of that watchtower, you could probably glide all the way over with your windbreaker.
I did not know that. That would have been a quicker way of doing it than just sinking and swimming.
Once you've found this oasis, bring back 10 pots of red dye. But take care, there's a rather nasty slime who makes the oasis his home.
It's the king slime. We dealt with the king slime earlier.
And he doesn't take too kindly to intruders. Ah, you found the red dye I told you about, did you? That was bloody quick, even for Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. You zooshed out there and then zooshed back. I barely even saw you move. Just so you know, there are a fair few shades of dye out there, which you can use to change the colour of lots of different items. As for your nice red light boxes, I'd hold off placing them until the blueprint's complete. Then you can apply the finishing touches. We don't want to get in the way of our builder when he's hard at work. Oh, that's right. I haven't showed you how to use that dye yet. Well, suffice to say you'll need a special workstation. I'm sure an expert builder like you can figure out the rest.
I have access to the dye station. And I'm going to have to request that everybody dies now. The Tinting Toon! A cauldron containing colourful dyes. Allows you to recolour a variety of objects. You can change the colour of certain items as long as you've got a Tinting Toon. And some dye, that is. There are 8 colours to choose from. White, black, purple, pink, red, green, yellow and blue. It does get quite entertaining trying to match a lot of these things to different colours and stuff. I quite likes it, but then it does take quite a lot of dye. Although then, I think at some point you do get Infini dye. Infini dye! And that is most useful. Anyway, I suppose I need to build it. Where do I want to build it? So there's an argument to be said that I could build it in the workshop here. But, yeah, the easy enough to build. Now I've just got to figure out where to put it. Where do I want to put it? I do not know. Do I want to build a special room for my dying times? Can I put... Yes, I can. Pop that in there, pop that in there, pop that in there, cook it. Well, I suppose technically you're... can't think of the word. I'm putting it in a barrel and letting it go for a few years. Ah, savoury smoothies, lovely. I'm sure, maybe. I mean, I can't guarantee they're going to be lovely. Right, ideally what we want to do is try and sort some of this stuff out. Probably don't need stairs for the foreseeable. That's probably good enough. Collect my diggers jiggers, because you never know when they'll come in handy. You can just hear, in the background, you can just hear them going absolutely mad on the idea of dum 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 dum. We must dig, 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 and smash, 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 and generally make something or some... right, let's have a look. Let's have a look where we want. It's only got to be a little place, perhaps. A little shack. A little dying shack round here, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I like that idea. I don't. I feel like anything called the dying shack should perhaps not be hidden away in the background somewhere. It should perhaps be so that people don't get the wrong idea. They don't suddenly go, oh my god, we've got to rescue that man. He's in the dying shack. Please, no. Don't let him do it. Right, but where? Oh, I tell you, oh, we set up this tiny little room here. Oh, perfect. Perfect little dining room here. Assuming the urn takes up 3 slots. It does not. It only takes up 2 slots. Which is probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. Pop it there. And then pop a little wall at the back here. I do need to... That's it. Oops. Doesn't actually have to be a room, I'd like to point out. I just plan on making it one anyway. For no good reason. That's right. I'm going to have to smash that urn again, but never mind. Oh, hello! Velen completes the gold bar. My god, they were busy little bees, weren't they? We'll go and investigate their work in a minute, because obviously I have to sign off on it being the foreman of the build. But, I mean, at first glance, I reckon you might have done a half-decent job on it, lads. So, you know, I might even consider the idea, maybe. No guarantees here, lads, no guarantees. But I might consider the idea, giving you a bit of a bonus. But, as I say, I'm going to have to inspect the work first, lads. I'm going to have to make sure you've done it all nice and golden and delicious. Like the apples I had when I was a young'un. Right. A candlestick? No, we'll keep it rustic. Nah, fuck it. Do you know what? Fuck it! I want a candlestick! And when I want a candlestick, I have a fucking candlestick. There we go, perfect. Do we have any spare doors? And by doors, I do want a proper door, I think, really. I don't want to... Oh, I'll tell you one other thing we want. A little bit of windows. Which windows? I don't know. Maybe 98. Bit of Windows 98 there. Perfect. There you go. Lovely jubbly. Put those windows away, and I'm just going to go build a new door. Because, yes, I am that sort of person. If in doubt, I'm just going to build a new door. Because I am too lazy to look through my entire inventory. Of course, there's every possibility I have not got enough wood. My god. I was not expecting to not have enough wood. That's alarming. And I'll tell you what. You know what? Oh, actually. I think I've just used all of my... Wood! It's the wood. The wood is a problem. Severe lack of wood is proving a problem. I must go and find myself a little Viagra. I must admit, I'm not entirely sure where I get just basic wood. There must be sources around, because I've had wood for days. But yeah, I might struggle to find it. Pop a little thingy on there. Whoops, that was a step too far, young Velden. A step too far. You got a little bit too cocky there, didn't you? Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, shit. Now I can't get back up here. Is there an easy way of getting back up here around the back here? Yeah, there you go. Easy way of getting back up on my roof. Right, so, in the middle, ideally, which is going to be awkward because I can't actually reach there, so we're going to have to put some... put a wee cheeky bit of scaffolding down. There we go. Perfect. A little bit of a fitting there. Well, we don't have the rest of the angled roof, so it might prove awkward. I'm not entirely sure where that's going to go. Okay. Not exactly what I was after. And by not exactly, I mean absolutely not what I was after. Also, if I pick up that candelabra, the candelabra's gone. You just want one candelabra. I told you I wanted a candelabra here, and you took my candelabra away. You bastards. Tell you what, I'm going to use my second candelabra. I'm going to use my second candelabra at the back there. Oh, I don't know if I like that, but fuck it, it'll do. Do we have spare light blocks? And I'd like it known that I did attempt to build a roof. Now, did the roof go to plan? No. But the effort was made. A little bit, anyway. Right, we need light blocks. Light blocks. Here we go. How many light blocks did we need? I don't know. Fuck them. 20. I'll just build 20. You never have too many light blocks. It's fine. But I must admit, it would benefit me not to just whack them down all in red. I might want to investigate how many red ones I do in fact need. And here we go. Let's have a look at that. Oh, look at the craftsmanship on that bar. Who's been to planing school? I think everybody's been to planing school. Oh, look at the detailing in those gold tiles. My God, you've got chisels. Chisels beyond belief. Perfect points. Very proud of you, lads. Very proud of you all. Brings a tear to the old man's eye. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Oh, wait, no. Oh, the blueprint's actually gone, hasn't it? Shite. So at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. I think the idea is having 6. So we'll grab 6. Well, having said that, let's find the man first. Where's the bloody man gone? Where's the bloody man gone? The man's gone! They don't look very light, they look very heavy. Oh, boo piss, boo. And the man's gone for a relax by the pool. Good news, well then. The first stage of the gold bar is nearly complete. There's just one job left to do. You just need to place some light boxes that you've coloured with that red dye, and we'll be ready to move on to the next stage. First, put together a few regular light boxes from gold ingots and glass. Then take those light boxes and dip them in red dye using Din Din Dun. You'll need 8 light boxes, right? 1 for each of those gaps in the middle. Well, I miscalculated. I counted 6. Shows you how observant I am. Put them in place whenever you're ready. Okay, well, I need 8, so that's nicely confirmed it. I had a feeling it would probably nicely confirm it. But away we go, and we want to dye. Dye, sir. Dye. So if you're interested, you can dye carpet. You can dye fancy carpet. You can dye floorboards. Plank pathways. You can even dye windows. Dye that. Dye a saloon door, if you so choose. But for now, all I really want to do is dye 8 red blocks, please. Thank you. Unfortunately, they've gone in my inventory, and I didn't want that. No, sirree, I didn't want that button either. All of the buttons you've just pushed are all wrong. I bloody well know. Schnitzel time! Schnitzel time! Would you like a schnitzel and a shave point? Pipe and a crepe, schnitzel and a shave point. The two go hand in hand. Oh, silver block. Don't want to not pick that up. I don't actually need any of these hearts, but do you know what? By Jove, they're lying on the floor and I have to pick them up. It's a necessity and an urge. Oh, there we go. We've bypassed that nicely. Do you know, I've got a nasty feeling. Yeah, I think my precious little staircase might be getting screwed in the not too distant future. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That's... Oh, I see. I was going to say, that's not a gap, but I think the idea is I put it there. That's it. A nice red sheen there. Nice red sheen there. And now, bam, 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 bam. Success! And I'm so happy with my success. Gonna do a little jig on the dancing floor. Come on, everybody, do the jiggy. Do the digger's jig. Get jiggy with me, please. Come on down in a jiffy and get jiggy.
Wonderful. If I had $1 bill, I'd slip it in your thong. Right, I'm going to stop dancing now in case he does actually find $1 bill, because I don't want it in my thong. Those red lights are rather handsome indeed, Velden. The first stage of the gold bar is finally finished. It's shiny and sparkly, and this is the only the start. When this bob's complete, it's sure to get that mad juicer out of her there, and once we defeat her, the curse on Babs will be lifted. Oh yes, there was something I wanted to say about that ding-ding-dun of yours. As long as you've got the dye, you can use it to change the colour of many different items, not just light boxes. It's the perfect pot for getting those creative juices flowing. You can't dye everything, mind you, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't experiment. Look at it. It's whoa! It's very shiny. It's very jushy. I like it. It's fancy as fuck. Yeah! Ran in for the high five. Never leave that man hanging. He's an angry man. He will probably get quite agitated if you leave him hanging. Whoa, get in! We've only gone and finished the first bleeding blueprint. Not half bad, Elfholding. Hey! Completed. Yes. If we can keep this pace up, we'll finish the gold bar in no time. And the sooner we can defeat the Medusa, the better. We're doing this to save Babs, remember? You know how much it means to us. Yes, must save Babs. No time to waste. Please, Velden, draw next blueprint. Only you can do. Only Smarties have the answer. Eat tube of Smarties, Velden. Then you will have answer too. Oh, I mean, basically you can't really see the blueprint all that much because it's on top of this area. But you can see here, we've got some carpet on the walls, carpet on the walls. You know it's super fancy when there's carpet on the walls. A load more gold bricks, building up all the rest of this place. More golden tiles, making it look even fancier. Saloon doors we've dealt with. Actual windows instead of carpet. Stone steps leading up to the second floor. The golden braziers, basically outside the second floor. Light boxes we've dealt with. At least I think we have sconces outside, making it look fancy. Barrels. Bottles. Carafes. And curtains. It's curtains for us. And yeah, the gladiolus. There's one randomly growing at the back now because they dealt with the gladiolus. Carpet on the walls is a bit too opulent for me. Oh, lovely use of the word opulent. God, I wish I'd known the word opulent earlier. I mean, I do know the word opulent. It just wasn't springing to brain. Should have been an extra word in that sentence, shouldn't it? Yeah. It wasn't springing to brain. Didn't spring to brain. But yeah, beautiful. Beautiful word. This is the height of opulence, in fairness. It's made of gold. Cool, well, stone me smashing work on a second stage of the blueprint, Velden. This place is really starting to tum together. I'm sorry, I did a spoonerism. Ooh, I see you found a use for them windows I made. How lovely do they look. I suppose you'll be needing more gold brick blocks now. I thought we made more than enough. Still, it's nice to see all our hard work weren't wasted. I don't know. Okay.
Oh, stupid hobbits. By the way, Velden, have you heard Crumbledon's famous tale of love and loss? It's sad story, dark story, little scary. Well, there was once a lady with lovely long hair who came to this island. Straight away, it fell heads over heels in love with dashing bachelor boy. But the handsome lad had many admirers, and the girl was consumed by the jealousies. Went crazy, strangles man with her nicey hair. She fled into the mine to hide herself away. Most people think it's just a silly story, but we think there's a grain of truth to it. Maybe 2 grains. We think the maiden was the Medusa and the man was Goldilocks.
It all true. Medusa fall in love with me. But she no kill me. She take my power and break my precious. My precious what? He doesn't want to mention it. His precious Archie. You slag. Ah, so that's what the other half of the flute was doing in that underground temple. She must have held on to it as some sort of keepsake. We knew that. It was a true story after all. Goldie Rox's was handsome playboy all along. So that's why she turned shiny stuff to stone. Seems to you let them feelings fester, and they turn to hatred. Fucking slag. It don't matter if you're human or monster. Love don't never change. Alright, I reckon we've had enough talk of monsters' love lives for today. We've got a pub to build. Now that the second stage of the blueprint's in place, we can start work on it straight away. It's a big job, but us Grumbledonians aren't afraid of a little hard work. In fact, it's what we live for. Marvellous. Go on, off you pop. Right, what do you want me to do now? We're about to begin construction on the second part of the Gold Bar Villain. But while we're handling that, how are you planning on keeping busy? We can't have you sitting around twiddling your thumbs. Maybe you could think of something else to add to the Gold Bar while we're busy building it. Anything spring to mind? You want some blue light boxes this time? Ha! First red, then blue. Are you going through all the colours of the rainbow? You builds are a different breed, that's for sure. You'll need something blue and dye for that. Problem is I haven't a clue where to find any blue dye.
Maybe we can help. We have an inkling where you might find some. It knows Underground Lake. Near there. Very near. We know those tunnels like the backs of our hands. There's a hill slime that lives by the waters. Loves splishing and splashing. Perhaps it might be able to tell you exactly where the blue dye is hiding.
That sounds like as good a lead as any. Get down to the Underground Lake and see if you can find 15 pots of blue dye.
I can probably do that. But, my God, look at them go. Look at them digging and banging and crashing and crashing and grabbing and banging and crashing and banging and crashing and grabbing and doing all of the wonderful things. Right, you said Underground Lake, so probably the closest is the Iron Dig site. Aye, we're going to the Iron Brew site. This is where we get all the iron brew. Because you don't get iron brew by making a drink. No, you mine iron brew from up the ground. That's the big secret that nobody tells you. Right, let's carry on. Tally ho, tally ho. Probably want my hammer out. Probably want my hammer out. 'Cause I'm gonna have to do some hammering about. This is my hammer song. It's a shit song and you know it. Oh yeah. A shit song and you know it. You can't understand how shit this song is until you understand how shit this song is. But once you understand how shit this song is, you will start understanding how shit this song is. That was not as necessary as I had thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be something a lot more interesting. Turns out, not so much. Jump in! The water's gorgeous! Hello, Gooman. How are you enjoying life above Goo Round? If I had to choose, I'd pick the subterranean life every slime. The water here's the perfect moisturizer. It keeps my skin all soft and slimy, not to mention blue. There must be something in it. Why don't you jump in and see what it could be? Go on, gunk yourself in head first. Don't be scared. Hill slimes are... I mean, in fairness, slimes in general, all of the ooze puns are just absolutely magnificent. And the fact that he just randomly came out with the word gunk. It's a hell of a word, isn't it? Gunk. It's one of those glorious words that just really... It does exactly what it says in the word, doesn't it? Oh, I've got a bit of gunk. Oh, no, I don't want gunk. Nobody wants gunk in their life. I'll tell you what, that's a bit of cotton, isn't it? No, it's not. It's a bit of string. Fuck it. We'll have a bit of string anyway. I always wanted string. I never wanted cotton in the first place. How dare you suggest I wanted cotton? Nobody wanted cotton. You wanted cotton. Fuck off. Bang. Yeah! Blue dye. It's blue dye. Hush, hush, Ottawa. Yeah. Blue dye. Hush, hush. Now it's mine. Blue dye. Oh, there's some up there. Get in. Blue dye. Yep, that'll do. Now we'll work on the other side. We only need 15, I think. And I've got 12, 15 already. Superb. We're not going to worry too much about excavating every single piece there. Because I think 15 is probably more than enough in terms of what I need, but you know what? I might as well take as much as I can be bothered to grab. And that is basically 27 pieces. Now let's zoosh back to the surface, whee, and talk to our man in town who's got a plan, and we are part of his plan. He might come and find me, but I must admit, for the sake of ease, I'm going to take all of the hearts and summon everybody. Look at them all rushing down the stairs. Be careful! I haven't put the handrails in. See, I'm beginning to understand why there's no handrails in the Death Star. It's because they run out of wood and patience. They suddenly realised that they didn't understand how to build guardrails. And at that point, they had to go, well, I mean, if we can't build guardrails, we can't have a guardrail on the stairs. And that's why there's no rails in the Death Star.
Ah, you managed to find the blue dye, so Delia was right. This means you can make some blue light boxes and put the finishing touches to the pub. Soon as we've finished work on the blueprint, we can figure out the best place to put those things.
So I think I did it very, very quickly, which means we're still working on the pub. But we'll see. How far are you all? I mean, you're not doing too badly. Definitely not doing too badly. I feel like I want to sort of try and make this a connecting staircase. So what I think we want to do is pop that. Now grab more stairs. And go bam, 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 bam. Now bam. And yes, we are going to have a problem when we get to the bottom of this situation. But for now, this is a good idea. Until we get to the bottom where we have to replan and readjust things. But it's fine. We can replan, we can readjust, and we can sort this out. This is not the problem you think it is. I promise. I mean, it's a little bit of the problem you think it is. And it's mostly just move this staircase down a piece. That's essentially what I plan on doing. That was probably not quite what I wanted to do, but it will do. It will fucking will do. Don't make a fuss. How dare you? How dare you suggest I don't know what I'm doing? I always know. I always know exactly what I'm doing. Yes, indeed. Remember when I said I know exactly what I was doing? I don't know exactly what I'm doing now. There we go. That's the ticket. Let's just move that over a little bit. And then... that's not quite optimal, is it? Because that's going to get right in the way. How best to resolve that issue? There isn't really a good way of resolving this issue, because this staircase is destined to come out to there. Fuck. Do you know what? The secret sometimes is simply to not give a shit. That's right. No shits. No, sir. No shits are given. No shits are given. That's the secret to happiness. Don't give a shit, no sir. I demand no shits. given. When you deal with the situation, you must promise, you must absolutely promise that you will not give a shit. Yes. Shit. Yes. That's a slightly bigger problem if I want to do that. And I do want to do that. So I'm basically going to have to just expand the staircase, I think, and not have it here. But it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's all absolutely perfect. It's exactly what we planned for. Yeah, this staircase is now obsolete and shit. And we don't want it. We don't like this staircase anymore. Goodbye, staircase. What we will do is, in its place, we'll try and build a staircase to the side here. Hey! The gold bar level 2 is completed! We shall have to investigate the gold bar level 2 as well. But first things first is we want to sort out this access situation that we find ourselves in. Have I... Oh no, I just put them on. I was going to say, have I truly run out of stairs? Because that could be a problem. There we go. Marvellous. It's not... Oh, hello, Macro.
The second stage of the gold bar is pretty much complete for then. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's fine. I was trying to sort out the stair situation, so that's not a huge problem.
Once you place the light boxes, we'll be ready to move on to the stage 3. First you'll need the light boxes. You should be a dub hand at making them by now. Once you've got enough, dip them in some blue dye using that tinting tin of yours. Judging by the blueprint, you'll need 14 light boxes. Put them in place when you're ready and we'll be one step closer to finishing our golden pub.
Okay, so we want that there, then that there, and then basically just another run of these along here. And that will probably suffice. It's not perfect, but it's mine. Not quite sure how to work it, but it's mine. Ooh. Live with it. Do. Unspecified. That's the secret to life. You simply live with it. Tell you what, let's move this staircase as well slightly. So what I want to do is drop that one there. Drop that there, drop that there, drop that there. Drop that there. And then finally drop that there. Drop that there, and we'll get rid of these two to drop them. Now, whoops, that's the wrong place to put a staircase, sir. Fool of a boy. Bam, bam, there you go. There's a certain sense of opulence there, isn't there? A gold and silver staircase. And this is the staff entrance, which looks like it's really fancy, and then suddenly trails off into, oh no, we've got a tiny corner now. But fuck it, that's for the staff. Nobody cares about the staff. Nobody gives two tosses about their staff. Right, we need at least 2 more light boxes, and we require them made into blue double D double die. A double D double die double D double die. Right, we are going to need more gold, methinks. Because I have only just gotten enough of those, so let's just check. Do we have... I don't think we've got any actual gold. No, we have no actual gold, which is a slight problem. Oh well, for now, we do actually have enough to dye the 14 blue light boxes that we require, but, yeah, slight problem for the next one. We're going to have to go spelunking in the cave and get ourselves a magnificent array. Oh, here we go. We put the blue as the step. Oh, that is fancy. That is very fancy. We come up all the fancy stairs. Look at the fancy stairs. Let's put an extra block there and there, because then it's all the way up the fancy stairs. Although there is some dirty bricks beneath, but there you go. Never mind. And then we've got the big TV at the back of the bar. And by big TV, I mean, you know, blue blocks, but we'll pretend it's a big TV. Yeah, there you go. My grog is happy. Those blue light boxes look absolutely tremendous. With them in place, the second stage of the gold bar is complete.
I've got to say, we've done a top-drawer job building this place. We might just be as good as you, Velden. But every block we place takes us a step closer to the final battle with Medusa. Have you thought about how to fight her when she finally shows her face? We all saw what she did to Babs. It's highly likely she tried the same stony shenanigans on us. If only there was some way to block her glare, deflect it somehow. Some special piece of equipment we could use. Ha! Are you trying to invent something already? I don't know why I'm surprised. You're a builder. It's just what you do. Velden, there's something I want you to have. A little keepsake of mine. Maybe it'll help you figure it out. A chunk of mysterious metal. I found it in the tunnels when I was a lad. It's tougher than any metal I've ever seen, but I still haven't figured out what it is and how to work it. I know it's a long shot, but I thought it might help you invent something we can use to take down the Medusa.
Woo! Level 2 completed. Spectacular news. Oh, Jules is enjoying itself. I don't know if there is a gender attached to Jules or not, but we'll just consider it for now since it's a monster. Den is slightly too inside that miner, I think. He was a little too inside.
We've done it, Veldins, and done it well. We have. Very, very well done indeed. The second blueprint is complete. Completes his... The man completes his things. And that's what we all likes to see. Everything being complete is...
Goodness me, it's positively spellbinding. Back when I was a devotee of the Children of Argon, such radiant beauty was the highest heresy.
It's the juiciest thing I ever did, Father. This will rub that Medusa up the wrong way for sure. We'll lure her out and finish her off.
Strange feeling inside. Power returning. That's Jules! And it is a crazy sack on the right. I tend to have my crazy sack go off to the left, but you know, each to their own. It is, I mean, it's literally a sack. It's a monster. It's one of my friendly monsters. Monster friend. We want to fight Medusa. Also, welcome. How are you? But why, though? Japan, though. Specifically Dragon Quest. I mean, I think slightly more of the question might be, why is that man not reacting to the fact that he stood on a brazier burning his bollocks, essentially? He's just going, I'm very good. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at his toes. How are you? Welcome. This, of course, as you should know, is Dragon Quest Builders 2. And we have built the gold bar. We've got carpet on the walls. Carpet on the walls. Oh, aren't we opulent? We've got carpet on the walls. And I will credit Chester for using the word opulent and reminding me of the word opulent, just in case people were taking notes. Please, must finish bar, nearly complete. Yes, I think there is just the third level. And PC crashing is always bad. Yep. Never a fun time, because there's always that possibility that it's not going to turn on again. And at that point you think, oh shit, well I'm fucked. Gold, level 3, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Does that shape look familiar? If it does, congratulations. If it doesn't, it will look more obvious in the not too distant future. So there's carpet, fancy carpet, gold bricks, ladders, dining tables, full flagons, gladiolus, more gladioli. It's gladiola. It looks like a golem. Give the man a biscuit, 'cause he knows what a golem looks like. Cool, would you look at that?
The last part of the blueprint's in place. Once we got this thing finished, the gold bar will be ready to party in. How did you ever come up with such a spiffing design, Veldin? I suppose you builders are just imbued with natural creativity. The children of Hargon always insisted that you were a sinful spawn of evil. But seeing this beautiful gold bar has convinced me there's not a speck of truth in that. There's one thing I don't get. The children of Hargon wanted to close down the mine. Why all this hate for builders? Why not spread stories about the miners instead? Oh, didn't you know? There wouldn't even be a mine if it wasn't for one of Veldin's kind. You see, Goldie Rocks was made by a builder who visited Grumbledoon many, many years ago. Really? Story true. Me never knew. Have no memory. They hate builders because of the cowboy ones, exactly. But Goldie Rocks is the reason the mines were filled with valuable metals in the first place. Surely that makes this builder one of the good guys. At first, perhaps, but over time the islanders began squabbling over every speck of silver and every grain of gold. That's when the children of Hargon came. Do you know what? Oddly enough, great minds think alike. I've done a variation of the can't get the parts, mate joke earlier on today. They told us the builder was the root of all our woes. It was all a lie, of course, just a scapegoat to trick us into accepting their wicked teachings. Pardon? If I knew they were lying, why did I believe them? Well, I suppose it was a case of when in Rippleport, do as the Rippleportians do. Or perhaps if you can't beat them, join them. And I'm master at beating them. I'm not one to kick up a fuss. Huh, they pulled the same trick in Forestfield. Seems like they'll do anything to get their way. You slag, but those loonies ain't tricking us no longer. From here on out, we're the children of Veldin, devout believers in the power of building. Veldin, gold bar nearly ready. One last effort. Okay. Oh, I think it is time to move on, which is almost a shame, because soon I think the joke is revealed. You may have already worked out the joke, but it did come as a bit of a sort of dawning moment when I played it the first time, I think. I genuinely can't remember whether I worked it out myself eventually and just went, oh, or the game explicitly tells you at some point. But we'll have to wait and see if next week we reveal the ultimate joke that this area has been hiding this whole time. It is one that will make you facepalm. It's that good. But yeah, and yes, there is a glorious joke that is just hidden in plain sight throughout this entire level that we've been doing, and it's magnificent. As I say, I think when it dawned on me, I basically laughed out loud. But still, is it that the whole town crumbles down to nothing because of the name? No, that's not correct. I was going to try and make something of that sentence. I didn't. It's just a plain old no. No. Absolutely worth a shot. It is a perfectly valid and reasonable thought track. Right. We shall do some chipping tuningtons, for about 5 or so minutes. And then we'll be back after the break for what I believe, unless it has changed dramatically, it has not. We'll be back for Graveyard Keeper. And we will keep the graveyard. Whether we're going to keep it in good nick or piss poor condition, nobody knows. But we will attempt to keep it nonetheless. You never know, it might be taken away from us. At which point we will be just the grave. The grave loser, I suppose, technically. But nonetheless, back in 5 or so for that. See you then.